Welcome back to today's video. I'm Steph, your resident chaotic crafter, and today's video is a Etsy business related video. So if this isn't your jam, you can click away now. In this video, we are going to be talking about my shop launch. Yeah, I'm ready. It is mid-August and I have my initial batch of products. They are listed on my Etsy, and I have sort of an official launch of end of August, August 30th, where I'll have like my offers on and whatnot. I hope I do get some sales for them in the next 2 weeks. I don't think I will. I will dive into my expectations in a minute, and I have screenshotted all my starting stats. I have kind of been posting consistently now, I'd say for like 3 or 4 weeks. So hopefully those stats improve by the time you see this video again in mid-September. So what do we have listed? So first off, we have, these have been on for a while, to be fair, and they're just honestly just really easy petal drawstring bags. Now, they've never sold that well. I haven't really marketed them that much. It hasn't gotten pushed by the Etsy algorithm. So I have a couple of designs, and then I have some fabric that's cut into squares I can make up, though, which I'll probably make them up soon and get them listed because they're fun. So continuing on with the warm yarn cozy theme, we have these super cute, easy drawstring bags, and then your yarn cakes can be centerpull. I have these for the 20-gram skeins and for your 50-gram to 100-gram yarn cakes as well. So if you are a massive yarn cakerer, I've got you covered with cozies, and I now use these religiously because they just keep everything tangle free and happy, and I can just grab and go. So yeah, so I'm happy with them, and they're relatively quick, easy makes, and we're starting off by having a good variety, I hope anyway. Next up we have, because I will forever be a sock knitter, we have the Kitchener stitch on these leather love hearts. A logo on the back, a little stitch marker, so you can just attach these to your projects, and they're good 1.5 to 2 inches across, so nice and a decent size. So I just attach these to the just the corners of my project bags. I'm a massive sucker for a really nice project bag, and because I can sew, I make loads of them. I have a whole pile, so I just grab one and just see what's in it, and then I have that one kicking around for a couple of weeks downstairs before I get bored, and then replace it with a different one. And then yeah, this is why nothing gets finished, but everything slowly makes progress. So I have them, and then I've made a load. These are quite small. Wooden ones as well. My logo on the back, because I have loads of these wooden tags. We use them for Christmas. For Christmas, we wrote on something you want, something you need. Honestly, just for our family. So yeah, I just want to use all the rest of the wooden tags because they're just sat around doing nothing, and then you still attached with a little stitch marker. So they're just wooden ones, just because I have them. They weren't planned as the initial launch. So continuing on with my Kitchener stitch theme, we have my Notion pouches. So that's the back of it, and that's the front. So it just closes with, and that's the inside. So I'm probably just offering quite simple colours for now, just beige, and then adding on more colours as I go along. So yeah, they're really easy to make and really fun. These are my original designs, and I love these genuinely. They just turned out super well. This one turned out really well, but has never turned out this well again for the colour, for the dye. The pink always comes out beautifully, but I just don't think, maybe they're a wee bit too different, and because they are hand stitched, I don't think people would be willing to pay. But these are going to go on as like a seconds, because look at them. Look at them. They are beautiful. I love them. They have my heart. But the best will in the world, I don't need a million Notion pouches, because most of my projects I have already have pouches. Then this one is in this beautiful leather. And again, that will be going in my seconds as well. And it really does break my heart to actually part with them. So, you know, maybe they won't sell. Maybe I'll put a moratorium, being like, if they're not sold by Christmas, I get to keep them. And then what I really enjoyed making is my shawl cuffs, because I have quite a lot of scarves and shawls, and I wear them in winter because it's very cold and windy, and I hate the way it always like it falls over my shoulder in the wind, and it does my head in. So these are some like 2 of the designs. They're like nautical themed ones. They're stamped with a stamp, so these are quite thick, like they're really like nice and chunky. And I did one with that kind of closure, and then I have ones with a snap as well. So the next set of designs are more your autumnal based ones, because I wanted to give options. So this brown is my favourite. It's a saddle tan. Absolutely lovely. But this is saddle tan. Look how cute that is. And I absolutely love that colour. And then I have these 2 designs as well, which are fun. And then last but not least, just something a bit more different. And obviously you can have the option to have them plain as well. Or if people want, they can message me and I will custom design one, because they're fun. Now, next up is I have fallen head over heels in love with this product, and I actually now use it all the time, and it's made me want to crochet more, and it's made me want to go and buy a really tall toilet roll holder so I can use it and crochet on the couch. And it is these portable yarn holders. So this is the mini version, and it's a circle, and the bottom one is a love heart, and yeah, I am absolutely made up. They're so much fun. So these are going to make like the perfect scrappy. All the 20 gram skeins I have currently caked is stock yarn. Then I have these wristlets. So if you just buy this, it comes with just a plain one, but you can also get ones with, I have this design, and the other design I have is this one too. And I think I'm going with the round head stud design because it's a bit more sturdy. So that is the one with different colour yarn on it. And I made a lot of prototypes for these to get it just right. And then I also have the large version as well. And then there's 2 designs, but the other design I dyed pink and used for myself. So you have 2 options for that. This one's just been studded closed. So this handle will be for me. And it's tall enough that you can get two yarn cakes on. This is 100 grams of yarn. It's a whole skein of stock yarn. So those, I think that is everything that I have listed. So everything will be made to order, apart from the initial batch of stuff that I have that I've made for obviously photography purposes, because I have been caught out before by making a head, and I've still stuck with stock. I still can't get rid of it. I try and get rid of it every year. That's my Christmas crackers. It's so hard. The algorithm on Etsy is just really brutal, especially with the inundation of all the other stuff. If you're a seller, you know. But then I do want that is like phase 1 of my launch. Phase 2 will be in slowly introducing other projects. So I've just made this massive project bag, and it's got like a whole ton of yarn in, right? Enough for a jumper, and it's got a couple of pockets inside. Yeah, and it's reversible. So you could have 8 pockets if you want, 4 on the inside, 4 on the outside. I have a tutorial coming for this pattern, and I will sell the written instructions on my, what is now my sewing pattern Etsy shop, as more of a passive income. But it's not passive because it takes a lot of work to write all the patterns, photograph everything, film it, edit it, voice over it. It is a lot of work for not much return in the beginning. It takes time to build that momentum, and that shop's, I think, on 1,300 sales. Maybe that's a gross over exaggeration. Yep, 1,300 sales. A lot of that is the jokes that I sold, just because if you're buying crackers, you might want the jokes as well. But anything's better than nothing. Like, I want you to be able to come to my store and look at the section and like maybe buy a couple of patterns or buy the bundle. Or if you've seen like any, like my other, like you've seen me on social media elsewhere, I'd be like, actually, I really like the pattern. I don't want to buy a shawl cuff, but I really like the pattern. So yes, that's the aim with that one, is just to slowly build that up and let it sort of run itself and not put a ton of effort into it once the patterns are up and written, because I don't, it's not something, the marketing side I struggle with, which brings me to marketing. Now, I think I have now been shadow banned on Instagram by posting every day on Instagram Reels. So I just post what I'm doing, what I'm making at the time, and voice over it. It's really, I've really not gone overboard because I have been aggressively marketed at by social media marketers on social media now, and it is aggressive at this point. I am targeted all the time, and as someone who falls for it all the time, I'm getting a little bit frustrated, because they're all, you're a service-based business, you're not a product-based business. And even the people who are targeting product-based businesses and who have had a product-based business, they haven't had one for a long time at this point. They're not in the current market. They've not done it in years now, and the market has changed. The climate's changed. The economy has changed. You know, we have had the rise of Temu, for example, just one of them, and it's not the same place. We have had Meta absolutely kill businesses because, you know, it is pay to play on Instagram and Facebook now, and I'm sorry, it is pay to play. And I have my account set up as professional accounts for the insights, so I can't use trending audios. You know, I can't use licensed music because you can't do that in a professional account. So this is why my Instagram, I post because the content's already made. I may as well post it there anyway, in the vain hope something might happen to it. You know, it causes no damage. And because I try not be on social media too much, and Instagram I find is the most addictive. So it's like, well, you have to engage in, for you to succeed on these platforms, you have to jump on every single trend. You have to make sure you hook your viewer in, make sure that your videos are not a certain amount of length, make sure you post at certain times, make sure you post enough carousel posts, make sure you have enough this, that and the other. And I find that exhausting. I can't keep up with it. I don't understand it. It's just something that's beyond me. And the social media marketing gurus, it's all shit, I'm afraid. You are preying on people. You are preying on people's vulnerabilities. I've seen it a few times. Look, I grew my account from 0 to 40,000 followers in 2 weeks or a month, and you can do it too. You grew because people are desperate to know how to grow, so they follow you because you are baiting them. You're baiting them, and I find it really draining. So I do try and avoid it. My TikToks, I post the same content on TikTok and I get way more views, I get way more engagement, way more comments. It's just a nicer platform to be on. Genuinely, I prefer being on TikTok than I do to being on Instagram. And my Facebook business page, it's mostly friends and family, which is super annoying because they're not going to buy from me, because they're not my target audience at all. So I post on there on Facebook as well because it's just easy. And then I basically just doing reels, right? Just reels, because my static posts just get 0. Absolutely, account reached 1, like 0. So there's no point in posting. I post static posts to make my grid look pretty. That's it. Really, maybe I should take social media marketing more seriously, because maybe that's what it takes to grow a business. But then I look at other professional accounts and they're not sat, doing trending stuff at all, and that they've seemed to have grown. So I think maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just not a likable person, which, I'm not surprised. I kind of give off that vibe. So we'll see. So maybe my content's I don't clickbait. I think that's a problem. I don't lure you in with a lie, because social media is not supposed to be, it's lost its way. Yes, I do want to sell to you, right? That is why I'm posting on my professional accounts, right? But you know what you're getting when you follow, because it's a professional account. TikTok, I feel like I can be a bit more relaxed with, and share. It just feels more relaxed, not good. And I enjoy it. So yeah, I will post to Reels, Shorts, whatever. I also post my Shorts to my YouTube channel, not this one, my other one, because I noticed posting Shorts and here was absolutely ruining my channel. It was awful. It really, Shorts, Reels, whatever, is a different audience to long form content. And yeah, I'll post them now and then, just to sort of keep my foot in with it on this channel. But you're not here for short form content if you're watching this video. So yes, also a lot of business accounts on YouTube I do follow, and it's a rough area to be in at the moment. People are broke, and it kind of sucks. The economy really sucks. So there's a lot less money to go around. So if you are following along my journey, and I will show you my sales each month, and I don't want you to feel bad about your business. I think we should make a commitment that growing slowly is still growth, and it's okay that we may go months without sale, right? It is okay. We're not wanting to go viral because it'll ruin the algorithm. And for that initial burst of orders, it's not sustainable. It really isn't sustainable. So going forward, I think marketing-wise, posting 2 to 3 times on short form content a week is enough. It's enough that I can keep on top of it. And I'll cross-post that on every platform that will let me post it on, right? Because I ain't editing in every single app, because that's what Instagram want. They want you to edit a separate video on their app, and if they see the content anywhere else, they will absolutely hide your channel. Whatever, go away then, Instagram. I don't need you. I don't. If you're gonna make me jump through that many hoops and still make me pay to play, because I have the Meta Business Suite app, whatever it's called, and it comes up all the time. If you pay us this much money, you can get this much reach. And even the reach they're advertising for the amount of money that they want is so low, that even when you convert that to a percentage of people that would buy, you wouldn't make any money. You just wouldn't. So social media, I know, isn't going to make sales for me. Well, how on earth am I going to try and make sales? I don't know. Help me, please. There's another thing I noticed with like aggressive social media marketing is like, Etsy's failing. All the Etsy gurus, like, Etsy's not a good place to sell, blah, blah, blah. Genuinely, it might not be right. Whatever. But me getting a Shopify store is not going to change that, is it? One, I'd have no money because I'd be spending 30, 40, 50 quid a month on a Shopify store. I have no audience. My Instagram has 50 followers. My TikTok has 50 followers. My YouTube Shorts has 13. I have no audience. I have no traffic. My Etsy has no traffic. So the advice of, oh, just go get a Shopify store, I think is very disingenuous as well. Etsy does give me some traffic. I have my offsite ads turned on because I want you to get your foot in the door. I want you to have a browse. I need that amount of numbers through the door for the 1 or 2 people to make a sale. So this is mid-August. My shop goes live end of August. For September, my sales goals is less than 5. But that is it, right? My end of year goal, so my goal is 15 sales. I'm currently at 8. So let's double that, 16. I would be thrilled with 30 and I would be over the moon with 60, right? And that's until the end of 2024. My primary means of promotion, I think, is going to be Pinterest, and I think I'm going to invest in a pin generator app just to be able to make enough content just to post to Pinterest, because on a scheduler, I want access to the scheduler, because me going and doing it all manually on Pinterest is really draining. But I will show you the process I do go through currently, because I'm not sure I'm ready to invest the money into a Pinterest generator. I'll show you the process I go to. I do have Canva Pro, so it's something. If you have Canva Pro, this is what you can do, is you can generate your pins there. And I also use ChatGPT now. So I will talk to you each month about the products that I've invested in to try and help my business. The one thing I'm not going to invest in is ads, right? I have just cancelled a subscription to an app called Teamy.ai because it was aimed at, it was an ADHD coach, and I can't see how it's aimed at service-based businesses. It's not aimed at product-based businesses. And if you just get good enough at ChatGPT, it's using the ChatGPT engine. It's just got a few more prompts built in. HubSpot have an amazing list of prompts you can use on ChatGPT. I will include the link to HubSpot, and you can just use that. And I will show you a few of the prompts that I use, and I'll show you with the Pinterest how I create like a ton of pins at once with titles and content for each. I'll talk you through one whole product that way. I also have started up a blog again. I don't think that'll bring in any traffic, but again, I can share the blog to my Pinterest, and hopefully then Pinterest will start to see traffic. I think it'll probably take 2 to 3 months for Pinterest views to start picking up, but that's fine. We're not wanting to make 1 million sales all at once, because it would overwhelm me, and it really would overwhelm me, my gosh, because it is made to order. So yeah, those are my goals and some of the marketing challenges. I have set up a mailing list because I do see that advice get thrown around an awful lot. I obviously don't have anyone signing up because there's not enough counts product-based businesses that are starting from scratch when they're giving out advice. So having a mailing list is fine. Who will say, oh, well, if your social media reach got taken away tomorrow, what would you do? I mean, nothing would change because I don't have a mailing list, because you have to have a social media reach to get people on your mailing list. So it does feel like a really vicious circle. I generally don't know how people do it. I think social media. I won't be attending markets because I don't have the personality for it at all. I think you need to be a bit more outgoing and boisterous and know how to sort of not wheedle, but convince people to make the sale, because unless someone really, really wants your product, I do think sometimes it takes a bit of persuasion for people to buy. And I'm British, and I will not persuade you to buy. You either want to buy it or you don't. Especially in person. On social media, it's fine. I don't care. Like, yeah, buy my stuff. But in person, I will speak to you, but I'm not. I'm an introvert. Honestly, I'm an introvert. That's why I talk to a camera and not in person. I do get caught by the idea of markets, and I remember how disastrous they have been for me. And then I'm like, yeah, no. Know your limits. Know your limits. So yeah, those are my limits. So hopefully by the time I speak to you in mid-September, I've made at least a couple of sales. But, you know, knitting crochet, I always typically associate it with an autumn-winter vibes, not gonna lie. So hopefully over those periods, that's when sales will start trickling in. And I may turn on ads on Etsy, like maybe for all of November, but I'll put a budget aside for that first. And it will only be $1 a day. I won't be going mad with it, just to try and bring in a couple of sales. But then I will have to decide what is actually going to sell, and then to offset that, I will have to put my prices up, you know. I haven't invested in a ton of packaging. I will be hand wrapping everything in brown paper, because if you want super fancy packaging, if you want this to be an experience, I will double my prices, right? The packaging goes in the bin. It goes in the bin. You're buying my products for longevity because it's serving a purpose. If you are wanting to buy the experience, I can add gift wrapping and then you can have the experience, and I will throw in the freebies. But I think it is about time we got away from all the extras we include as handmade sellers and the super fancy personalized packaging, because it's a waste. It is so wasteful, and I personally dislike it because it goes in the bin. You know, it's a nice opening experience and it gives you that dopamine hit for what, 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh well, what do I do with it now? Stick it in the bin. So yeah, that is, and I think that's something that will hold me back, not gonna lie. But as I said, I want this business to grow slowly, sustainably, and with the right audience. And the reason why I have different products like knitted goods, leather goods, and sewn goods is because it will keep my focus. It will keep my focus. Knitting and crochet notions. There is such a wide range of stuff that you can make. I have my interchangeable crochet hooks in this shitty little case, in this rubbish little case. Look, it's rubbish. Now imagine one of these made out of leather, beautifully handmade, handcrafted. That is something I can do and something I can put on my store for when the mood takes me. Yes. So without further ado, let's look into how you can create a ton of pins with Canva and ChatGPT, because it is quite good and it means you don't have to pay for a service, and you can schedule stuff on Pinterest now. Welcome to the tutorial part of today's video, the learning aspect. Now, I will preface this that you do need Canva Pro, you need access to some sort of Sheets or Excel, and ChatGPT, and your product description. So I show you my product here. This is my Notions pouch. Very pretty, very practical, yada yada, and this is my description, and I've just copied and pasted the whole thing. So first step is we're going to go to your ChatGPT. Now, let's go with 10. So give me 10 Pinterest titles and descriptions for the following product description. And then we wait. Now I store all of my information in Asana. That's how I pretty much run and keep track of everything. And we're going to go pins, which Oh, I already have done this in the past. That's fine. So you copy that and you take everything across. I will add in another subtask, 10 pins. Copy and paste. Now you're going to want to copy every single one of your titles into Excel, because it's the titles that are going to get used on your Canva pins. So you go ahead and do that now. Now you're going to go File, Download, and you want to download it as a CSV file. Next step, you're going to go to Pinterest and we're going to search for product based pin. So I've got ones that I've designed before. Now choose one that catches your fancy. I like this one. It's got a long enough title that it should accommodate my titles. I put my product here and then I can change the background. So customize this template. So customize it down here with your links. And then shop now. So I want to replace that with a yarn. There we are. So I'm going to delete this. So you're going to go down to bulk create down here. We're going to go upload data. You're going to find your data. Yeah. Then up here now it's come up with connect data. So then click on your field and then click continue. You want to select all and generate 9 designs. And it'll open up a new page. And then that is your nine designs. Though clearly I missed one. Let's just create 10. But it's fine. So you're going to go ahead then and just change each one. So you might want to change just so they look neat, that they have your brand colors in them. And then you can add in a photograph for each page as well. Now once you have your pins downloaded and saved in the right location, you're going to open up your Pinterest. And then you're going to want to go to your Pinterest board and you're going to you want to add some pins. And then you're going to drag and drop or upload every single one of your pins. So then go up here, click add, do. Now I have all 9 pins on my Pinterest. Now for each of these titles, you want to add it here. So you can just go ahead and copy and paste that over again. And then for the description, we're going to get the descriptions that ChatGPT gave us as well. And then you're going to want to add in your destination link, which you will then copy over from your website. So when you click on publish now, so I'll click what's the date? Yeah, start tomorrow. So every 2 or 3 days. Now I do think this would be a lot easier if I had a Pinterest generator. Now we have all the links, we have all the dates published. Not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go for one a day and see if it. I'm probably just gonna get shadow banned. I don't even know if shadow banning is a thing on Pinterest. And then select the board that you want your item to go to. So I've got Notion pouches. You can have whatever you want. So I have like a number of different themes, so they're not all going into the same place. Oops a daisy. Make sure actually all of your all of your ones are actually correct. So let's go Kitchener stitch. And yeah, then you're done then. That is how you can bulk create some of your pins. Now it is a little bit timely, but it is better than doing it one at a time. So I think the idea would be to have maybe like 4 or 5 different boards where you pin all your different things. And honestly, I have no idea what the optimum number is, but I think being consistent is what, for me, the consistency and be able to keep up that consistency is what is going to work for me moving forward, especially with Pinterest. Now I have heard it takes about 3 months for you to start seeing results, so we'll check back in every month and see what my stats are. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has helped. And I will speak to you in 4 weeks, where we shall see if any of this has paid off.